All right, everybody. What I have here is a very clear case of what you see is what you get. This is going to be a very inexpensive car to buy, and it's going to be cheap to run, maintain, and repair. This is a 2002 Kia Spectra. Does not have a lot of fancy equipment. It is not a beauty queen, but there's a lot of good things about this car too. First of all is the mileage. As you can see, it only has 108,367, which for a 12-year-old car is very low mileage. All right, the second thing I'd like to point out, as you can see, there are none of those annoying check engine or warning lights on. The car actually runs really good. All right, let me tell you a little bit more about it. First of all, it's got heat and air conditioning, and obviously I can't test the air conditioning other than to see if the compressor goes on and, you know, the light goes on, so that does work, but the heat does work. And, you know, I've driven this car probably, I don't know, it looks like about 100 miles it looks like, and it hasn't given me a lick of trouble. And of course I've had it checked over for safety and whatnot. It's got dual airbags, and as you can see, the interior is relatively clean. It's got some staining that I couldn't get out. It's got the original Spectra floor mats. It is a 4-speed automatic transmission, so it'll be thrifty on fuel. Unfortunately, it's got one of these annoying aftermarket radios. It's a Kenwood, which is a decent brand. If you're a young person, I'm sure you'll be able to figure this thing out no problem, but I just don't like aftermarket radios. But anyway, it's got one, and I believe it works. So let's, I really don't even know how to source tuner. Let's see what happens.
500 requires dealer contribution at least through Chrysler Capital. Residency restrictions.
Oh, sorry. Yes, so obviously the radio does work. Can't comment on the CD player, don't have any. Okay, it's got manual remote mirrors. As you can see on both sides, it is roll-up windows. So there's not a whole heck of a lot to talk about. So this will probably be one of my shorter videos. Oh wait, check this. Horn works. Wipers work, as you can see. That's important. You know, my customers ask for these things, and I like to provide. So you can see the dash is coming apart a little bit here. You know, it's typical Kia. You know, and let's go over. Like I said, it's not a beauty queen, but it's not a total train wreck either. And as you can see, a little wear and tear on the seat. Believe it or not, though, you don't even feel that when you sit in the car. Okay, here's the rest of the seat. Here's your floor mat. Obviously, you know, it's been used. You know, obviously there's a little hole where your heel goes. All right, let's do the outside of the car now. Close this up. All right, we'll do tires first. Left front tire actually feels pretty decent. I'm going to give that 65–70% of the tread. All right, let's go to the rear tire, and that one feels as good, if not maybe a little better. That might even be closer to 75% of the tread left. Let's come around to this side, and this tire feels as good as the other side, probably 70–75% of the tread left. And as I suspected, yeah, this side feels pretty much as the other side, maybe a little worse. It's probably like 50–60%. I would, were I in your shoes, and I purchased this car, I'd swap the backs to the front. You always want your best tires on the drive wheels. All right, let's go over the body. Like I said, not a beauty queen. It's got some dents and bumps and bruises. And you can see a couple scratches there and whatnot. This door's actually not that bad. Only a couple little nicks and whatnots. Let's check it out inside. Here's your passenger area. As you can see, not too bad. Okay, here, your door jamb. And of course, we'll do the door frame, because there's one thing I always like to show people, is this section right here, because if there's going to be rust, that is where it's going to start. And surprisingly, this car seems to be pretty rust-free. As I said, as you can see, it's got scratches, and it's got dings and whatnots. Open this door up, and we'll check this door frame, and here's your back seat. As you can see, looks pretty nice. Okay. Here's your, let's do your headliner. You can see that, it's all there. It's not falling down on your head or anything. Floor mats in the back. Let's do this door frame. And as you can see, this one, you know, is clean as well. When I say clean, clean meaning rust free. All right, let's do this side of the hood. As you can see, there's little marks here. I don't know what that is. It looks like that's like was where bird poop was, and somebody just left it on the car. They never bothered to clean it off. So there's a tip for you folks. If a bird craps on your car, get it off as quick as you can, because the acid in the feces will eat into the clear coat and the paint. Okay, coming along here, right quarter panel, you can see it's got a dent right there. Moving along to the back. Of course, you know, the bumper has its obligatory, you know, scratches, marks, you know, whatnot along there. All right, let's take a look underneath. There's your exhaust, of course. There you go. And here's your trunk. Now, a couple things I'd like to point out, which is really nice on this car. It has a decent sized trunk, as you can see, but it does appear to have a split fold down 60/40 seat there. So if you need the room, you can fold those seats down and you have plenty of storage. All right, let's close her up. Here's your trunk. Obviously, somebody couldn't see very well because they had a lot of trouble getting the key into the hole without scratching the crap out of it. I don't get what that's about, but whatever. All right, there's your trunk. All right, moving around to this side. As you can see, some scrapes along the bumper, scrape on the quarter panel, more of the bird poop damage. Boy, this guy must have parked under a tree or something. Holy cow. Let's do the roof on this side. I mean, the paint's shiny, it's clean as far as, you know, it's not dirty, but it's just not great. This door, quite a few scratches on it. Again, I don't know what happened there, but let's check out this side of the passenger compartment. As you can see, pretty decent. The seats are all worn out here. Here's your door panel, door jamb, and of course, the all-important door. And so far, I have to say, very good on this car rust-wise. You know, with these 10 or 12-year-old cars, you know, it's kind of like a crapshoot. Some you get, they're in terrific shape. Others you get weren't. Now, what I got to figure is this car, here's your door jamb. For the driver's side, this car was a city car. That's why it's got so many nicks and scratches and dings and dents on it. That's also why it has low mileage. So it obviously wasn't driven a lot, but it was driven in the city. But I also, believe it or not, think this car, somebody must have, I really don't know what to say about it. You know, they let the birds crap on it and didn't clean it off, but yet it's not rusty. I can't figure it out. A couple dings here on the driver's door. There's your mirror. Oh look, it does have 2 months, it looks like, left on the New Jersey State Inspection sticker. Left front fender, not too bad. I mean, I don't want to scare you guys and make you think this thing is a complete train wreck. It certainly isn't, but it's just not a beauty queen either. As you can see, the headlights seem relatively clean. Here's your front bumper. Coming along here. There you go, and we'll go underneath. I don't know if you can see anything. There might be a shield. Many of these import cars put these shields under there, so you really can't get a good look at what's going on under there, but at least it's something. Okay, here is your hood. You see the prop rod is there, as it should be. This car's never given us a problem starting, even on the coldest days, like when we had to move the cars when it snowed. This car always started right up. Never gave us an issue. All right, now here, let me rev this thing up and you can hear it. Now, I don't know what you can tell, but I gotta tell you something. The heart and soul of any vehicle is the engine and transmission, and this one sounds fantastic. And get this, check this out. They should have put the mileage on here, but this did have a timing belt installed May 15th of 2012. So less than a year and a half ago, there was a timing belt put on this car. That is the #1 question asked by my customers. Do I know when the timing belt was changed? Well, no, I usually don't. But in this particular instance, if that is a true sticker, and it sure looks like one to me, this vehicle has had the timing belt changed. So that is very, very good news. Because, you know, that's probably, I mean, it is maintenance, but it's one of the more expensive maintenance things you have to do to these import cars. So there you go. You only have a year and a half, so I would guess it probably was somewhere around 80 to 90,000 the timing belt was changed on this car. So I think that's a really great thing. Okay, next thing, folks, we're going to take it for a spin, and you'll get to see how nice this car rides and runs. All right, folks, we're going to take it for a spin now. Now, here's a tip for you, whether you buy a car from me or not, but here's something you would always want to do. You want to make sure that you see the car start when it's cold, and you want to make sure you see the car start when it's warm. because lots of different things can happen to a vehicle when it warms up. So you just saw me start it cold a little while ago. It's been running since then. So now it's warmed up, and as you can see, I just started it and it is running fine. So there we go. All right, let's see, 108,000 mile car, nice little car. All right, let's take it for a spin. Front wheel drive, so it'll be safe in the winter. So this is a perfect car. If you need a car for like a new driver in your house, this is the car you want to buy. Why? Well, of course, it's going to be very inexpensive. Let me shut up here for a minute so you can hear as it shifts through the gears nicely. And there you go, right through all the gears, 45, 50 miles an hour. As I was saying, it's already got bumps and bruises, so if your kid, you know, backs into another car or bumps something, you know, you're not going to cry about it. Look at this, I let go of the steering wheel, it tracks perfectly straight down the road. Look, it's amazing. Also, it's front wheel drive, it's got airbags, so it's going to be a safe little car too. And I think best of all, especially for a young person, it's going to be inexpensive to run. It's probably very thrifty on gas. I'm sure the repairs are very inexpensive on this car. It doesn't require anything right now. Right now, this car is good to go. I believe the only thing you would probably want to do with this car is change the oil. That's it, because I don't know when the last time it was done. All right? Other than that, you're good to go in this car. All right, here we go. Let's take off. I'll really give it some gas now so you can see. It does get up to speed pretty quickly. Not the quietest car in the world. I'll say one thing about Kia. They're very inexpensive cars, but compared to like say a Honda or something, the Hondas are a little bit quieter. The Kias aren't quite as quiet. I mean, you can hear them talking in a regular tone of voice, so it's not like it's super loud, but that's that. All right, next is a brake test. I'm gonna pull into this vacant lot across the street from my place. I know where a patch of loose gravel is. I'm gonna let go of the steering wheel and slam on the brakes. What I'd like you to do is keep your eye on the steering wheel. That's going to tell you just a little bit about the brake equalization and how well the brakes work. And I'll try to describe to you how they feel, of course, as well. All right, so here we go. We're gonna pull into here. I'll line up for my patch of gravel. Here we go, hands off the wheel end. Okay, that is very good news. I don't know if you could notice or not, but if you did look at the steering wheel like I asked you to, you'll notice it did not budge a bit. Now, I don't know if the camera's positioned correctly or not, but if you can look straight ahead there, you will see the brakes applied equally on both sides, and it actually stopped the car, especially for being on gravel, relatively safe, straight, and quickly. Okay, so let's see if I can get back across the street here. It is New Year's Eve, and everybody's in a bad mood for some reason, and the traffic's a little heavy, but it is what it is. All right, I'm gonna do a little recap. This is a 2002 Kia Spectra. It's a four-door sedan, which is what the kids like these days. I don't know why. It's got 108,369 miles on it, which for the year is low mileage. Mechanically, I'd say this car is as close to 100% as a used car can get. There's no such thing as a perfect used car, especially not one, you know, that's 12 years old and has over 100,000 miles on it. But for what it is, I would say this car, sorry about that, I accidentally turned the camera off. As I was saying, I would say that this car would be a great first car. Or if you need a second car for your family, or especially a commuter car, this would be perfect. Great gas mileage. You don't care if somebody on Route 80 bangs into you. I mean, it is just a very decent car. Let me close this door here, and we'll take one more walk around the car so you can get a pretty good feel for how the whole entire thing looks, excuse me. All right, there we go. Like I said, it's not a complete train wreck, but it's just going to be a very good, very inexpensive car. And I really like the fact that that timing belt was changed. That probably explains a lot why the darn thing runs so good. Okay, so folks, here we go. 2002 Kia Spectra, ready to go for you, your family, one of your kids, however you want to do it. This might be the car for you. Thank you, and Merry Christmas.